situation that we saw just 6-8 weeks ago in the UK, there is a limit on how much fiscal stimulus governments can rationally do without having the marketplace rebel. That's what happened in the UK. So after we get out of this burst of inflation, it is my fear that we are not going to have the ability for any fiscal stimulus for any time soon. Deficits do matter. And at the same time, the central banks are going to take years in which they're going to have to unwind all their quantitative easing, all their bond purchases that they did over the last 10 years and aggressively in the last few years. They're not going to be as fully equipped to re-stimulate the economy. So we believe we're going to have rates fundamentally higher, maybe where they are today. They're not going to go down. At the same time, we're just not going to have an economy that is based on real growth that we are accustomed to. I actually believe most of the companies are not going to be around. Think about FTX. Its failure was it's creating its own token. It was not a DeFi ledger that was open to the world. It was a closed ledger.
Right.
It was not distributed. So the whole foundation of what crypto is, it's supposed to be a distributed ledger that is across the system. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem. You don't need trust banks.
But does that disrupt you eventually? Because you are custodying all of these assets.
We use third-party custodians in everything we do.
In everything you do?
We're not a custodian bank. No, I mean, the transformation, think about it, instantaneous settlement, bonds and stock, no middlemen. We're going to bring down fees even more dramatically. As for me, I don't have to vote on any shares anymore because the beneficial owner will do all the voting.